go from Maiduguri this afternoon. Maiduguri will be at home against Rangers International. We'll also take a dive into other games that will be going down later tomorrow. But before then, we talk about the Nigerian Women Football League also, because game will be going down, 8 games will be going down later today, both in Group A and in Group B. We take stories from transfer, give you the latest coming from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and of course from the CAF precisely under 17. All you need to know coming from the world of basketball, because this morning 4 games went down. Yes, we saw a game between Philadelphia and the Lakers, where the Lakers lost 104 to 118. Also, we saw Golden State Warriors this beautiful Wednesday morning. They won their game against the Utah Jazz. We'll look into that. Most importantly, into the Champions League match day 8 that will be going down later today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome on board. My name is Ayo Miku Adeni. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. I'm on the driving seat this afternoon, taking you through the ever-interesting, ever-sensating, ever-controversial world of sport. We'll start with Champions League this afternoon, shall we? It is a very special night in the world of sport, even in life. Very special. I can't compare to the Champions League night like this. The item sounds so special. Of course, I can confirm to you that the sound can bring angels to their knees. Here we are here once again, standing in the principle of football in heaven. The feeling is always intoxicating. A love so profound, so raw, so natural. It grieves the heart and hold it to ransom. Yes, I must confirm to you that the love for Champions League is so strong that even when it's torn apart, yes, it can bring the strongest soul to tatters. So tonight, this night, the Champions League reborn, a league of 32. The Champions League are no longer 32 but 36 teams of European titles. Of course, it's going to be a very interesting game later tonight. 18 games will be going down. 8 teams will get automatic ticket to the next stage. 16 teams will need to fight hard and might later this evening. A battle for a place in the light. Round of 16 is a dream for some teams to chase. Yes, 12 teams will be going down later today. They must fall. Of course, their hope must be raised. It's going to be a very interesting one. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope to take you through it's all right there in Europe, starting from the flashing light right there at the Villa Park, where Aston Villa will be battling to Scotland Giants Celtic, to the cold breeze at the Bay Arena in Germany, where Bayer Leverkusen will be playing against Sparta Prague, down to the city of Turin in West European, where Juventus will be facing on Benfica. Barcelona will be at the iconic Spotify Camp Nou Stadium against Atalanta. And of course, right there in Germany is going to be a big one between Bayern Munich and Slovenia and Sparta Prague. After that, I will look into the Etihad later today, where City will be playing against Club Brugge. Of course, I'm talking about Borussia Dortmund against Shakhtar Donetsk. PSV will be going head-to-head against Liverpool. Sporting will be in action against Bologna later today. We'll talk about all these games. Don't forget that in Stuttgart also, it's going to be a big one between Stuttgart and the new PSG against... Oh Lord, it's going to be a very interesting game later today. Welcome to the Champions League edition of Sport Today. All right, let's take through to all the games that we are expecting today, because it's going to be a very good one, because we have 18 games later today. Massive one for some teams. Starting from the Villa Park, it's going to be a big one between Aston Villa and Celtic. Yes, anytime you listen to this sound, you know it's business. Of course, it's going to be business later today. The big one will be going down at the Etihad Stadium in a must-win game for City later today. Let's go to the Etihad Stadium this afternoon and listen to the coach of City talking about Pep Guardiola, talking about what we are expecting today.
And we wanna go through to have another chance to play another 2 games to qualify for an yes. So it's not a problem, it's an opportunity, a challenge, and we will face it.
You've qualified for the second stage knockout phase, the Champions League, for so many years, and I would have thought that that's a matter of pride given nobody else has managed to do that from England. How important is it for you to maintain that record, and what kind of a blow would it be to the club if you were to get knocked out?
It's not personally for me, it's for the club, and of course it will be not good, but I'm not thinking about that right now. So I know for all the people concerned about what's going to happen in qualify, I appreciate it, your concern, and all of you to don't qualify, but I'm thinking we're going to do it.
Pep, what do you want the Etihad to feel like tomorrow night? How important is it?
As much they come, we'll be fine. Not to have to do the rest, but of course, if we perform well and we are in a good rhythm, they will be there like they were last game against Chelsea, that we felt more than ever this season that they were with us. And even when we start really tough, I know the opening we're going to face the last year, the last 20-21 games didn't lose a game. So I saw the game against Juventus and as many games as possible, and they are incredible, solid, consistent. They don't concede chances, they are aggressive. We played against them years ago, and they make a step up in terms of how aggressive they are and the patterns, and they play really well with the ball, and we have to perform really well to win the game.
And can I ask you about team news? What state are you in? Do you have any fresh injuries or anyone you're not expecting to be available tomorrow?
No, the guys who were able to the last game against Chelsea, they are available, and I think Oscar came back as well.
Yes, for City later today at the Etihad Stadium against Club Brugge. Let's see what will happen in that game. The last time they met at the Champions League is what a big one. Of course, we saw City doing the magic the last time they met at the Champions League, doing the domination against Club Brugge. That was in the year 2021. They won the game by 4-1, the first leg at the Etihad Stadium. So the last time Club Brugge came to Etihad Stadium, they lost in a big way. And of course, the first leg of that encounter also ended in a victory for City. They won the game by 5-1. So let's see what happened later today in the Champions League. Is a must-win game for City if they need to be in the playoff zone of the Champions League. Other game that we are expecting to go down later today, Stuttgart will be at home against PSG, and Young Boys also will be in action later today. Struggling Sporting CP will be playing against Bologna later today. What a game we are expecting since Ruben Amorim left Sporting CP. It has been so difficult for them to secure victory. As we speak now, they are currently 23rd on the log. So later today, they must win at home against Bologna. And for Bologna also a big one on their part also, because they are 28 on the log as we speak. The two teams, one is from Portugal and the other is from Italy. Talking about Bologna, they are from the Italian Serie A, while Sporting CP are from the Portugal's league. So let's see what will happen later today. Checking through their head-to-head, the last time they met in the friendly matches was a big one. That was in the year 1998, right there at the Europa League. Bologna won the first leg encounter, and they won the second leg encounter also 2-1 and 2 goals to nothing. They also met in the year 1991 where CP they won the first leg, and the second leg in Italy ended in a 1-1 draw. Big one for Arsenal today, because they'll be playing against Girona in another interesting fixtures right there from the Champions League. Let's go straight to that game and listen to Mikel Arteta talking about what we should expect later today in their game against their opponent.
Hi, Mikel.
Hello.
We've just seen the news from the FA that Miles Lewis-Skelly's ban has been removed. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, obviously very happy that that decision has been made, and Miles is going to be able to play for us again in the next few games.
It's been quite a eventful few days and off the pitch, and lots of talk and lots of emotion, including quite a lot of unfriendly stuff towards Michael Oliver, the referee. What's your view on that and how that's all panned out?
The same. Every time I talked about that topic, regardless whether it's a player, it's a coach, it's a referee, it doesn't matter. We have to really work harder to try to eradicate that part of the game that brings nothing but bad stuff, bad taste, and it makes people's life more difficult. So let's get it out. Let's kick it out.
Is that your message to any Arsenal fans who are upset or angry themselves?
Yeah, for everybody in football. I think it should not be permitted. We don't want it, we don't need it, and it certainly damage our sport. So let's get it out.
Simon from Stand. Hi, Mikel. Just in terms of the squad and going into this game, obviously you'll basically have that top 8 position secured. I think we saw last year when you were in PSV, you still went with a sort of strong team. Is that your desire again, or is there an idea to try and sort of mass rotate with City at the weekend?
Yeah, no, we're here to win the game. In order to do that, we're going to have to be better than them. They're on a really good side. If you look at every game that they play in Champions League against top opposition, they have made life very, very difficult for them. So tomorrow we play a very strong team. And in order to achieve what we want to do, which is mathematically the qualifying in the best stop, which at the moment is uncertain.
So tonight, the stage is set for the champions, and of course, a hero will be discovered later today. So let's see what will happen between all these teams, and of course, all these games. 18 games, like I mentioned, will be going down later today. 8 teams will get automatic ticket to the next stages of the Champions League, while 16 will fight with heart and mind, battling for a place in the round of 16. It is a night of fate, and some can call it a night of destiny, because glory awaits, and of course for some a shadow will fall later today. This arena is going to be a very interesting night. A battleground will be drawn against some teams. Don't forget that later today also Inter Milan will be in action against Monaco. Juventus will be playing against Benfica, and of course Lille will be playing against Feyenoord. 18 games, busy night right there in the world of European football. Young boys also will be in action. But then let's talk about the log of the Champions League this afternoon before we move into all that trending story. Liverpool sit up in the table after playing 7 games. They won all 7 games to record 21 points. And for Barcelona also, after playing 7 games, they won 6 out of those 7 matches. They only lost 1 to record 18 points. Arsenal are in the second position, third position as we speak, winning 5 of their games. They drew 1 and they lost 1 to record 16 points. Inter Milan are the 4th position, playing 7 games and winning 5. They drew 1 and they lost 1 to record 16 points, same as Arsenal. And as for Atletico Madrid, in the 5th position with 15 points, playing 5 games. They lost 2 out of those 7 games, winning 5 to record 15 points. AC Milan right there at the 6th position with 15 points. We have Atalanta also enjoying their position right there at the 7th on the log with 14 points. Bayer Leverkusen will be at home later today, but then they are currently 8th on the log. Still at a very safe zone. They have to win later today. 13 points to their name. Aston Villa will be at the Villa Park later today in their game. Of course, after playing 7 games, they have won 4 of those games. They drew 1 and they lost 2 to record 13 points. Monaco in the 10th position. Feyenoord, the likes of Lille, State Bread, Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. Surprisingly, they are currently on the 16th position after playing 7 games. They won 4, they lost 3 to record 12 points. Juventus also the king of draws. We call them this season after playing 7 games. They won 3, they drew 3 and they lost 1 to record 12 points alongside Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Dortmund also with 12 points. So this night is going to be a very dramatic night. Celtic will be going away from home to secure victory if they can do the magic. After playing 7 games, they won 3, they lost 1 and they drew 3 to record 12 points. With the big boys, they are mingling with the big boys this evening. And for PSV, they will also be playing today. After playing 7 games, they won 3, they drew 2 and they lost 2 to record 11 points. Club Brugge will be playing against a very desperate City side at the Etihad later today. They are currently on the 20th position after playing 7 games. They won 3, they drew 3 and they lost 2 to record 11 points. Benfica, PSG, Sporting CP and Stuttgart to make 24 as we speak. And talking about the other side of the table, starting from 25, where we have City, Dynamo Zagreb, Shakhtar Donetsk, Bologna, Sparta. Of course, we talk about RB Leipzig on the show this afternoon. Girona also in the 31 position. Surprisingly for us, because they did well last season. Young boys right there at the bottom log. After playing 7 games, they lost all 7 games. So let's leave Champions League this afternoon and go to all the trending stories coming from the world of sports. Yes, let's go to the Nigerian Premier Football League because later today we are expecting some interesting game across several centers. Starting from Bayelsa. Bayelsa will be in action later today against Sunshine Stars of Akure. Economy Warriors will be in Maiduguri playing against Rangers International. Remo Stars, after winning their last game away from home, they will be at home against Apia Warrior right there. Oga Boys will also be in Lagos right there at the Mobile Johnson Arena to play against Kano Pillars. Rivers United will be at home against Bender Insurance. Aqua also will be playing their game against Lobby Stars of Makurdi right in the city of Ibadan. The Asian City will hosting Nasarawa United later today right there at the Lekon Salami Stadium at Damasiba. Yes, it's going to be a very big one. Their first game in the second half of the season after securing 3rd position in their first 19 games. They will be in action later today. And of course, tomorrow 3 games will be going down across 3 centers. Enyimba will be at home against Athland. And for Castina, they will be playing against Plateau United. Ninja also will be playing against Kwara United. These are the games that will be going down in the Nigerian Premier Football League just today and tomorrow. And of course, talking about the female category of the league also is getting more interesting because we have 8 games that will be going down later today. The league we call NWFL and Nigerian Women Football League. Edo Queen will be at the Samuel Bumudia Stadium right there in Benin City. We're playing against Remo Stars Lady. What a game we are expecting. They won their first 2 games, talking about Edo Queen. And of course, for Remo Stars also securing their first 2 game of the season. Ekiti will be the next action that will be going down at the Oluyemi Kayode Stadium. The battle between Ekiti Queens and Danas Ladies. Let's see what will happen in that game. And of course, it's going to be a very big one at the Dan Ayami Stadium where Conference Queen will be playing against Nasarawa Amazon. And for Atland, yes, it's going to be a big one for the Queens of Atland right there at the Dan Ayami Stadium. It's going to be a big one between them and the RBI Angels. And also today, right there at the Adokie Stadium is going to be a big one between Rivers Angel and Robo Queen. Adama also be playing against Delta Queen at the Pantamin Stadium in Gombe, and Benue Queen will be playing against Bayelsa Queens. Nigeria Test will be playing against Ibom's Angels. So these are the games that we are expected to go down right there at the Nigerian Women Football League later today. But then it's going to be a big one. Let's see what will happen in all those games. Away from football now, let's go straight to all the stories coming from the world of sports. In the world of NBA, 4 games went down this morning. Yes, we saw Golden State Warriors. They were in action against Utah Jazz, where the Warriors won the game 114 to 103, doing well from the first quarter of that game to the second quarter, third quarter, and they secured victory at the end of regular time. And of course, for the Lakers this morning, dramatic moment for them, even though they lost away from home against Philadelphia. 76ers are doing well in that game, recording 118 points, 104 points. Good one for the Philadelphia this morning, even without Joel Embiid missing his 12 straight games, and Paul George sidelined for injury. They still find a way to secure victory in that game against the Lakers. Portland Trail Blazers against Milwaukee Bucks. For the Trail Blazers, they won their game 125 to 110, and for Houston Rockets, they won away from home against Atlanta Hawks 100 to 96. Away from basketball this afternoon, let's go straight to cricket, and to give you the updates coming from the camp of the Nigerian under-19 cricket side, playing their 10th right there at the World Cup. Despite victory over Ireland, Nigeria lost their ticket to the semi-finals to England. What a sad one for these guests, even though this is their first time going to the World Cup, but then they lost their ticket to England after securing victory against highly rated Ireland side. Nigeria defeated Ireland by 6-1 in their game right there in the top 6, but then they lost the ticket to proceed to the next stages of this competition. Let's see what will happen in their next adventure right there in the world of cricket. Away from that now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take stories from the transfer world, because it's getting more interesting. We are hearing news of Victor Boniface making that big move to Saudi Arabia from Bayern Leverkusen. Before we go into all of that, also we have some training stories for Rome from Rome this afternoon. Talking about the Romans, they are talking about signing Brazilian midfielder Casemiro on loan until the end of the season. Napoli and Juventus also monitoring Oileon also because it's United. A lot of players are getting involved into transfer saga coming from the Old Trafford this afternoon. Guys, we need to say our BYE on the show, but trust me, we'll be back here later tomorrow for the Super Thursday edition of Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM. Until I come your way again, enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay out of trouble, and of course, mind your business. Remember, it's the Champions League night.